Hey everybody. It's been a while since I've done a video here about Willie. Usually I've somewhat moved my talking about Willie to the podcast, and usually it's just the ramblings of a psychotic fool when it comes to him. But this is something I thought definitely needed to be talked about because it's just so goddamn interesting. On a recent Facebook post as of this recording from William himself. I'm gonna read it word for word, and then maybe we'll see what it's about. Okay, hold on. Oh God, I just finished arguing about a subject that really leaves a bad taste in my mouth about fandom every time I have to deal with this shit. Usually it's the other way around. When people are discussing Willie, they that usually leaves a bad taste in their mouth. Someone talks about having an experience with or knew a well-known person, either alive or dead, like Willie. Then some complete dick says, "Oh, you've never met so and so. You're lying." Complete dick. Willie, yeah. Okay, here is what I got to say about this. Yeah, there, the glare's over this way. Okay. Okay, assholes, meaning people who pull this shit, you weren't there. You don't know shit. You were just being petty, immature, dick playing one upmanship. You were trying to tear a person down and make yourself look bigger. Get over it. Seriously. That's true, William. Like when I did my Witchboard review, you wanted to talk about how you knew Kathleen and you were in a relationship, or Kathleen Willowite. You knew her. You were in a relationship with her. You knew Kevin Tenney, the director. You know, trying to make yourself look bigger. And I don't think that's possible, seeing that the fact that you're about 700 pounds. I've known assholes who've actually gone so far as to contact the well-known person or their family to get proof that this person is a liar. That's happened. Uh, that's happened with Witchboard. They've contacted Kevin Tenney, and he says you were lying about adding the TTFN to Zarabeth's dialogue that was already in the script before Kathleen was even hired. So there's that. Here, let's see here. Here is what I've got to say on this crap. Most celebrities are like doctors. They barely remember remember people they meet in conventions. Ah, kind of like your BFF Felicia Day. Motherfucker, you met her once at a convention, and like a typical fucking psycho weirdo, you handed her a copy of your book, and now you're BFFs. Felicia, like you put right there, she barely remembers you, if remembers you at all. If she knows you, she knows you as the fucking weirdo who comments about how pretty her eyes are, or you send her a selfie of yourself and you call yourself Fat Thor, and stuff like that. Or she knows you as the psychopath who wrote a story, Shadow Man versus the Undead, and you based a character off of her and did a shitty, like, Down syndrome looking likeness of her for the copy of your book. Like you said right there, fuckton, they barely know you. Unless this person is someone they see constantly. No, you don't see any of these people constantly because you never leave your fucking room. And are a part of their life, they might not give this person a thought. Also, if this person talks to them via social media or message boards, they may forget them. I'm sure plenty of people you've talked to try to forget you. But again, look at yourself in the mirror. How could anyone forget that face? Shit, if they are older people, I'm sure there are lots of fans slash friends they forget by name. So when these assholes press these poor, well-known people, they are more than likely not to remember that particular person because there are so many casual fan friends they chat with on a regular basis, especially the crazy ones, like yourself. Some come and go. Some may not talk to them on a regular basis or have not communicated with them in years, like Kathleen Willoway. I'm sure she hasn't communicated with you in years because she probably, if she's smart, has a fucking restraining order against your fat ass. Looney Tunes. I'm guilty of this myself. You're guilty of a lot of things, William. How about that the animal cruelty charges? Anyways, I had a close friend of mine that I lost contact with about 7 years ago. His name was Jacob, and he was actually a mortician. We'll talk about that. He loved Friday the 13th and my books. I believe half of that. I had known him from when I was on MySpace. Anyway, in September, Jacob got in touch with me and wanted to see how I was doing. I didn't remember him until he mentioned he was a mortician. Then a little bell in my head rung. I don't know how you could have heard the bell over the fucking voices in your head. My point is, these people who obsessively go to well-known people, and next screenshot. And there we go. Then the little bell in my head rung. My point is, these people who obsessively go to well-known people and press these people, 7-time published author, and you use people saying sentence without that many words in between, is meaningless. It is not evidence that the other person is a liar. Unless you are at the event where such a person is the well-known person's life, that you see everyone they meet on a daily basis and know beyond a reasonable doubt that they never knew that person, you need to shut your trap and move on. You're insane. And it's a good thing you have a fucking editor. Supposedly. I mean, you self-publish through Amazon. That doesn't mean you have a fucking, you're part of a publishing company. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. Here we go. People get to such levels as saying the person who claims to know the well-known person has mental issues. Yeah, that's you. I'm sure that's a shot at Billy Jack, but it's true. Anyone who has even just seen your videos knows you're fucking a mental case. Unless you have a license and a psychiatrist practice and have fully examined this person. No one wants to examine you fully. That's a lot to examine. You need to shut your trap as well. So, wait a minute. So, unless you have a license or psychiatrist practice, you need to shut your trap. So, when you're calling people who hate you mental cases, fat pot calling the kettle black. Interesting, William. Fucking hypocrite. It shows possible obsessive issues. Naturally, yes, you do have those. That you are taking things this far, as well as the latter, where you are actually contacting a well-known person or their family in the first place. Sound familiar with him? A normal, mature person, not you, who is not so insecure, not you, and prone to one-upsmanship would simply say, that's nice, and move on. But there are so many people in fandom who just can't do this, and it always leads to nothing good. Like people stalking celebrities. Felicia Day, lock your door. It is stuff like this that has made me stay away from organized fandom. No, William, you stay out of organized fandom because you're banned from so many fucking conventions for harassing people. That, and you're probably a health hazard to yourself trying to fucking walk. We've seen the pictures where you've met those people from that local what is it, television show, with the black butler and the girl with the crazy hair and the one. We've seen the pictures where you have your walking stick and it's fucking bent. Your Barnabas Collins cane or whatever. You've bent the fucking thing. You're so fucking fat. That's coming from me. So many fans are so petty and immature. True. It spoils fandom for many people and brings fandom down. I'll give you that. Think about that when you get the urge to play I want to show that guy up. Mr. who always has to say I've published 7 books. Now more so, I guess if you count self-publishing through Amazon, but claiming you're a publisher. Now, what I want to say is, where are we at? Jacob, the mortician. Now, William, it could be a coincidence. I mean, we did find out that Horror Bob wasn't real. We found out that the footage or the picture you took from Horror Bob's memorial was from a stock footage picture of just an old man. We found it on the internet, William. So Horror Bob never existed. Let's talk about Jacob the mortician. There was a Jacob who was a mortician who went to San Mateo College. Interesting. But he died in 2019. So if this is the Jacob you're talking about, he didn't contact you in September. Right. So just you more pulling stuff out of your ass, which is a disgusting sight to think of to begin with. But William, you're insane. I don't have the credentials. I don't have a psychiatrist practice. But anybody who has any mental capacity knows that you're insane. You need to be locked up. There is no way You are your sister's caregiver because, dude, all jokes aside, you're probably 450 pounds. You can't take care of yourself. I mean, just look at the way you ate that fucking burger in your last video. There's no way the state would trust you with being anyone's caregiver. Get fucked. Get a life. Highland, get away from him. He's just going to drag you down. You actually have some writing talent. Don't associate yourself with this fucking prick. And you know what? Get a career. That's not going to happen, William, based on your past work. Look at the success you have. You're living with your sisters and your niece, doing nothing. Think about that. Hope you choke on a McPickle.